Minecraft, an indie game, till it wasn't. The greatest modern hit, till it wasn't. Minecraft has had its ups and downs, but Minecraft still has millions of players playing it to this very day, myself included. For anyone who has seen my internet persona, Minecraft has been an integral part of who I am, and today I think it would be best to share why this cubic canvas is just so grand. Now, when I say canvas, I'm referring to how open the game is. We all have heard that you could play single player, you could play multiplayer, survival, creative, fan-made creations, all of that. However, within these options, there are open-ended decisions by themselves. Do you play a fan-created map? Or do you want to play someone else's mods? Do you want to play these creations with a friend? Do you roleplay and create stories with said friend? Do you tackle the game's biggest challenges? Do you play on the biggest multiplayer server known to man? Or do you just enjoy a simple life playing single player and just farming out the landscape? From joining the harshest servers known to man like 2 builders and 2 tools, or being a simple miner living out in the middle of nowhere, Minecraft just has so much freedom.
Yeah, we get it. There's a lot of choices, but I'm playing single player by myself, and I plan to be able to live out the best way I know how, and because of that, there's always an objective choice within every situation.
Well, let's take traveling for example. You could fly with wings and rockets, you can ride a minecart, ride a horse, and just basic running and swimming.
Yeah, flying is the best option.
Not necessarily. You have to head all the way out to the end dimension. You have to either kill the final boss or head thousands of blocks out and find one single building that has the pair of wings in it. You need to keep up its durability and maintain a steady supply of rockets in order to actually stay above the ground. The reason why it's the best movement option is because that you have to put so much work into it in order to keep it available to you. The same can be said about the other options. You need a saddle, and you need to tame the horse in order to actually ride one, but in return you get the fastest ground speed and you only need to maintain the horse's health. For minecarts, you need to be able to set up a track to travel in it, but if you set it up properly, you don't even need to touch the controller in order to move throughout the entire trackway, and you get to enjoy the view in the process. But in return, it's not necessarily the fastest to get from point A to point B. Even just running and jumping, you need food if you're not in peaceful, and you need to be able to work around the terrain, but it's the easiest form of movement that you have available to you.
Alright then, Mr. Smarty Pants, how about the combat?
Do you want to attack with a sword? Do you want to attack with an axe, each one having a different damage and speed ratio? Do you want to be able to use a bow or the new upcoming crossbow? Or do you want to use TNT in your combat? If you're really skilled, you can even use TNT cannons. Now, what do you have to protect yourself with? Do you have a shield? Do you have a group of iron golems? Do you set up redstone traps? Or do you just have a bunch of totems of undying to protect yourself with? You can even use end crystals in combat. Something that wasn't even designed for combat in the first place is considered to be one of the most overpowered strategies in 1v1 combat. We even now have a hybrid of ranged and melee damage with the Trident that even allows you to have better mobility when it's raining or within the water.
Alright then, you proved your point.
Thank you. Minecraft has been the best creation tool anyone could ask for. You can create music, you could fight against anyone across the globe. We even had Fortnite before Fortnite. We can even create amazing contraptions that people thought were impossible, like creating a whole Game Boy game in Minecraft. That's right, what you're seeing right in front of your eyes is that you can play Pokemon Red in Minecraft right this second if you have the Java edition, of course. The point is that Minecraft is amazing to give players the power to do literally anything. Now, because nothing is perfect, let me go into some details that bugs a lot of players, myself included, that just tips Minecraft away from being just the amazing thing that everyone claims it is. First off, it's been, I want to say like 5+ years, and there has been no new ores introduced into this game. Yeah, if you really wanted to, you could download a mod, but if you're in the Bedrock version of Minecraft, you're kind of out of luck. And that's kind of another thing that people are really annoyed about. Why does Bedrock have features and Java doesn't have them, and vice versa? I understand Java is hard in order to program and stuff, but in the Bedrock edition, you can push chests with pistons, but if you're going to implement that in Bedrock Edition, why aren't you going to make that for the Java Edition when you have said several times that the point is to have both versions work simultaneously and have both the same level of significance? Why have two slight different versions? And Java isn't off the hook either. Take Redstone for example. It is so much more complex in the Java edition. There are several content creators who have to either dedicate themselves to one version of Minecraft, or they have to make two different versions of the same machine just because you can't do one simple mechanism in the Java edition, or you can't replicate that in the Bedrock edition without creating this giant network of redstone. It's very frustrating for anyone who wants to get into it.
Even with how open the combat and the movement is, some options are better in more situations than others.
But very few things are implemented in the game with no purpose. Polar bears. However, even with these many flaws, Minecraft has done so much that to this day it is still considered a cult classic. From breaking the game's limits to crafting your own story, Minecraft is not just a staple in our homes, but in our schools, online, and in our hearts. Thank you so much for watching.
You're a psycho wiener.